She watched her people slaughtered, her sister killed for losing a tied pearl. Now a dancer in the palace, she enchants the king, fakes the queen's pregnancy with shadow. Magic, extreme revenge has begun.
A sky-blotting volley of arrows tore through the air. I plunged into the water, swimming for my life. I hid beneath a dark reef. Blood stung my eyes as my tears hardened into Siren's grief pearls, each one deep red with blood. Nerissa's last words echoed in my head.
Live, Sirena. Whatever it takes. Live.
Legend has it that deep in the abyss of light live the Sirens, and within their queen resides a flawless tide pearl. Whoever possessed it would gain eternal beauty and youth. Isolde grew obsessed. To please him, King Aldrich sent his men and wizards to cut open Nerissa's body and take her title pearl. That day, the sea ran red. My people floated everywhere, their bellies split open. They knew the Siren Queen carried a legendary tide pearl. They had no idea there were two of us, twin-born queens. The other queen was born with the Siren's allure. Her blood could sustain 1,000 shadow familiars. That queen was me. I dragged myself onto the shore. The pain ate at my bones. I gritted my teeth and sang the old Siren curse. My tail turned into 2 human legs with a sickening crunch. I sliced my wrists open, let the writhing shadows drink. I mastered blood sorcery in 3 months, a magic most humans never master in a lifetime. I clawed my way to the capital, Aurelia. I slipped into the ivory palace disguised as a court dancer. I handed a greedy servant a bag of my Siren's grief pearls. Soon, I had eyes on King Aldrich's every move. At night, the moonlight spread across the shore as I danced over the waters of Mirror Lake.
You dance like no one I've ever seen. Who are you?
It's a dance from my homeland, if you ever get to see it.
The Queen loves to dance too. The Midsummer Court is coming up. Perhaps you shall dance for her at the feast.
Your Majesty, I didn't realize who you were. Please forgive me.
No need to apologize, my lady. Just don't disappoint me. Or the Queen.
I accepted. As Aldrich turned his back, I stirred my fingers. A tiny shadow familiar burrowed silently into his skin. By noon the next day, all of Ivory Palace was talking about the king meeting a beautiful dancer by the lake. By sunset, even the stable boys had their own version of the story. A sharp knock came at my door. It was Queen Isolde's mistress of the household. They marched me right to Queen Isolde. That was her, the woman who slaughtered my people and killed Nerissa, all for a single tide pearl.
This is what my husband sends me? A scarred little creature from the gutter?
Before stepping inside, I used a glamour weaver to hide my face under a grotesque mask of fake whip scars and pockmarks. Isolde was deadly jealous. If she saw my real face, I'd never survive the night.
Rest assured, Your Grace. I shall wear a veil. You won't have to endure my face for long. Very well. Looking like that, you couldn't cause a ripple in a bathtub. I'll accept Aldrich's gift.
Isolde waved her hand. The mistress of the household dragged me out. Right outside the doors, I ran straight into Aldrich. He took one look at me. This scarred, ruined face looked nothing like the girl from the lake, but my scent gave me away. He instantly knew I was fighting for my life. If Isolde had seen the real me, there'd be a corpse on the floor right now. What did it matter if she held all the king's favor now? The higher they rise, the harder they fall. Back in my room, I shed the glamour weaver. The face in the mirror was flawless, luminous as moonlight. Isolde, didn't you want the Siren's allure? Didn't you crave eternal youth? I was going to make sure everything you ever wanted slipped through your fingers.
Soon, she will be the first I send screaming into the dark to answer for what she's done to me.
The Midsummer Court. 3 days of feasts, fights, and dancing. and no sleep. White water lilies covered Mirror Lake overnight. The lords whispered. Some called it a blessing from the stars. Others, a dark omen.
Where is the gift you promised, Your Majesty? A dance for Her Grace's honor. May the king and his queen know joy unending. May the kingdom of Valton prosper in glory.
Rise. You were extraordinary.
How delightful.
You like it? Good.
The whispering hex was working. The shadow familiar was already inside his mind, tugging at his thoughts. I didn't want to push it too far. I flicked a finger, ready to call the shadow back.
Give her to me, King Aldrich. In return, my father's armies will never cross your borders. Who speaks?
Siren is Norway's crown prince.
King Aldrich. I'm Noraim's crown prince, Kasvar. 100 years of peace for one woman. I'd say you're getting the better deal.
A century of peace. Trading a mere dancer to stop a war? Not a single lord here would say no to that deal.
A crown prince offers a crown for a dancer. Any woman in this kingdom would weep with gratitude.
The Council of Lords traded looks. Politically, it was the perfect bargain. Aldrich went dead silent. He knew exactly what he should say. So why did his chest suddenly tighten? I looked up. I stared right at him.
You come too late, Prince Kasvar. She belongs to the crown.
Your Majesty?
Kasvar stared Aldrich down. A slow smirk spread across his face. Then he turned and vanished into the crowd. Cold sweat drenched my back. Thankfully, I hadn't called the Whispering Hex back yet. Without that shadow in his mind, Aldrich would never have claimed me aloud. A century of peace without drawing a single sword? No king turns that down. Aldrich claimed me in broad daylight. By nightfall, a royal decree awaited me, a sealed writ. I was officially named the Crown's Grace, moved to Dawnlight Hall, and placed under the king's personal protection. As I left the dancers' quarters, I stopped at the end of the hall and stared out into the dark. Nerissa, are you watching? I was going to make them pay 1,000-fold for what they did to you.